welcome to Cooking with Joe and Pat.
Hi everyone.
This is part of our winter series. We've been doing cooking classes in conjunction with Hillcrest Family YMCA in Lyndhurst, Ohio. Hope you've been watching some of it. We're on Facebook and YouTube now. Surprise.
Yes, Cooking with Pat and Joe.
Joe and Pat.
Joe and Pat,
Joe and Pat, yes. You might get somebody else if we start the other way. We were going to try and do something seasonal for you again. Last time we did some pasta and broccoli in season over the winter. Kale is sort of an amazing thing because it's in season all the time. And the reason is it grows like crazy. It doesn't care if it's hot. It doesn't bolt in the summer. It doesn't wilt when you get into the cold weather. And it grows really fast. In fact, the people I know who grow it in their garden say their biggest problem is getting rid of it. It just grows and grows. That's good for us because it means that it's also cheap, easy to get, and you can get it all year. It's also incredibly nutritious. Now, some people don't like kale, and usually it's because it's too tough, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do something to make that not be the case in our salad. When you buy your kale, like I say, it's inexpensive. You get a lot. You're going to find there's a very big stem in here, and that will never really get tender.
Okay.
If you maybe make a smoothie. So you can do one of three things. You can take your knife and just cut along both sides, which really takes no time at all. You can take your knife and fold it in half and cut along one side. That's a little faster. Or you can take it, hold it in your hand and go like this and just pull it through. And the stem comes out. So whatever, these are for your compost. These are not for your soup. They might be for your smoothies if you have a really strong, like a Vitamix or something, but it's pretty serious stuff. So we're gonna wanna cut this down, Joe. Oops.
Oh, Pat's throwing things.
I'm throwing things. And the little bit at the top, the little that maybe doesn't tear off, that's fine because that's the more tender part. So,
Ooh, there's a good tender part right there.
good. So then I'm going to take this, I'm going to cut it up, just grab it into a pile. You could tear it by hand if you want, but grab it into a pile is easy for me, and I just run the knife through. We want basically bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
I don't like to eat a salad with a knife and fork.
Like you just like you're cutting up for a nice chopped salad.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it just takes seconds to do. Now, one of the fun things about kale, if you want to say fun, I don't know.
Oh, this is a fun fact and trivia? You know, we love our fun facts and trivia.
It doesn't wilt.
At all?
No, so that means if you made the salad today, it would still be crunchy tomorrow.
Wow.
Whereas if you even dress the salad an hour or two before dinner, it's getting a little bit, it was slimy.
Yeah.
So we're going to take our greens. I'm going to leave out a leaf because I want to show you. You get a lot out of this too.
Yeah, you do.
So that's our kale as it comes. Now, because it is so darn tough, kale sometimes can be hard to digest. Even though it's got a lot of vitamins in it, your body doesn't have time to get them out. So I'm going to take half a lemon. I'll squeeze that right on. I'm going to put a little pinch of salt and a little drizzle of olive oil. And these are things that are part of our dressing. But the salt and the lemon is what's really going to make the difference here.
Now, if you don't have fresh lemon, could you use lemon juice?
Yes, you could. And you could just use the salt too, because what we're going to do right now is massage the kale.
Massage
the kale. This is something I've
been
been doing.
This is the spa day for kale.
You're starting to see restaurants where it will actually say massaged kale salad.
Really?
Because it makes a huge difference. So this is what our kale looks like now. We're just going to take it and go like this. And within seconds, you see the green starting to change?
Yeah, it's getting darker green. And it kind of is oohing and eyeing at the same time.
It's having a good time. But what's more remarkable is that as we're doing this, we're breaking the cell walls a little, and you actually get more nutrients out of lemon and kale massage than out of lemon or kale alone.
Really?
Yes, which is
So
Sort of
massaging kale will bring out more nutrients, which means it's better for you.
That's right.
Well,
'Cause
if you massage me, I get happy too.
That's a whole different show, Joe.
Okay, fine.
So I just want to show you. Well, this is actually, see the difference here?
The darker color.
See how the color changed as we massaged it? And you can also, I don't want you to have to get your hands oily too, I'm gonna wash them, but it's softer. It just feels,
Not as coarse.
yeah, this has like a harsh edge to it. This is softer.
So the more that you massage it, the more you break down the cells, the more tender it gets, the more oil and lemon juice get into it,
Exactly.
and the more nutrients that are brought out.
No, the interesting thing is that probably took 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah,
It sounds like an elaborate step. It's not. It took 20, 30 seconds. You use clean hands, you wash your hands. Joe's going to start making this salad dressing for it while I wash my hands off.
Salad dressing is really very, very, very simple. 1/4 cup of good olive oil. And again, I like to measure. Just it makes it easier for me. And one of the things I'm going to show you, a little trick. We're going to be using honey. You know how honey sometimes sticks to whatever it is you're putting in? Take your tablespoon that you're going to be, the honey, and just dip it in the oil. The oil will coat the spoon, and it will allow for the honey to slide right out very easily. That's another Pat Muggeridge tip. She's taught me a great deal about cooking.
As you have taught me. But neither of us like to sit there and watch the honey take its time coming off the spoon.
And then having to stick my finger in it.
Yes.
So look.
There we go.
See how fast the honey comes out of that spoon?
Because it slid right out.
I'm telling you, you stick with us guys, and we will tell you all the trivia you need to know.
More than you maybe
More
need
than
to
you
know.
need to know. Okay, so that's the honey, the olive oil. We're going to use half a lemon.
Now this is actually a very good dressing, and if you weren't putting on a kale and were just doing the whole dressing, then you'd put the whole lemon in there. But since we put half in, we've used it already, and it's going to get...
The oil is an emulsifier. It will help, the lemon juice
And
and the honey will help break up the oil and it emulsifies together. And then we have
just a pinch of salt.
a pinch of salt and pepper. Everybody's pinches are different.
Everybody's tastes are different.
I always like a little more pepper.
My husband's a pepper fan.
And then just whisk. And you want to make sure that you whisk it so it starts getting a little cloudy. And what that is that's the oil and the honey and the lemon juice emulsifying. The acid of the lemon juice helps emulsify everything
That's
together.
beautiful. Look how nice that looks.
So then,
No
you get a
oils.
very nice.
And we can actually toss that on, right on because, again, it will help the kale be break down and have more flavor to it.
There you go.
So you can put anything you want in right now. Fruit and nuts are terrific. What we're going to do is put some mango.
I love mango.
I do too. Mango and some sunflower seeds. That's a great combination. We've made this salad a number of times for different events, and that's always been very popular. The other thing is, again, seasonally, mangoes are in season now. You wouldn't think that, just the way citrus are.
Yeah.
They're coming up from the south. You can get sometimes $1 a piece for these big mangoes.
For big mangoes.
You're looking for something that has a little firmness, but not too soft. If it gets too soft, you can eat it with a spoon, but you can't chop it too well.
Okay. Now, I've always been challenged with cutting mangoes.
Well, there is an easy way to do this, and I learned this down in Puerto Rico, actually, where every morning our breakfast tray had fruit cut up on it and a mango like this, and they called them hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs?
So the problem with the mango is it has a flat seed that goes across this way. So you're gonna, now, first of all, if you're unsteady with your knife, take a slice off the bottom so you have a steadiness there. Then it doesn't move.
Okay.
But you're gonna take the flat side and just come down along the pit. This is called cutting the cheeks off, which is not, it's nicer than it sounds.
So I was gonna say, okay, whatever you say, Pat.
Make 2 pieces like that. Then we'll come on the sides, and again, you can see my knife is following the pit. I don't have any choice on that. That's where it is. The knife won't go through it. I understand that they give this to children or cooks who are not on camera and to chew on.
To chew on, to keep them quiet.
Yes.
We'll see if Tim wants to chew on the mango pit. What do you think, Tim?
Nah, I'm good just sitting here.
Now with these two little pieces, these two little side pieces, you can just slide it off and chop it. But the big ones are a little bit more of a challenge. The peel you never are going to eat because it's like leather.
Okay.
It's just like leather. And you can peel it first, but it's very slippery and a little bit dangerous to do. Let's put that right into our salad. So here's what they did in Puerto Rico. And I've seen it on a few cruise ships too. You're going to take the mango in your hand, take your knife, and just run it down to the peel.
Oh, okay.
Make slices like that.
I've seen this done.
Then you're
I've
going
never
to
done
go
it.
across this way. Not all the way through. So you make it a crosshatch in it.
Okay.
And when you've done that, then you can flip it out.
Oh,
This
look
is
at
how
that.
it was on the tray, and you would just take your knife and cut perfectly little diced pieces off without
I'll be
having.
darned.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's cool.
So you can make a mango hedgehog, and you get a nice dice. Depending on how close your cuts are, is how big your mango slices will be.
Sure.
You want to try one?
Yeah, I think I will give it a try. I've never done this, so.
It's a little different, but it
Yeah.
works. Because you really don't want to have a raw peeled mango. It's just slippery, trying to get the pit out and everything.
And
There
just,
are mango.
Oh, look at that.
Look how easy, wasn't that easy?
That was very easy.
Then you just cut the pieces off.
That is very easy.
That's a neat trick.
Like I said, I've never done this before.
They have a mango slicer thing too, where you put it on the top and it goes down over the side, but you need a lot of hand strength.
Well, if it's a gadget, I'll probably get it. I love my gadgets.
They do work, but they just have you need a lot of hand strength for it. So you see our mango's a little bit firm too. If it was really soft, it's hard to cut, it's hard to dice. It has flavor, but it's a little bit on the tart side.
Okay.
And the nice thing about mangoes too is it's one of those fruits that ripen after they're picked.
Okay.
So some fruits, if you don't get them ripe, you're never going to have them ripe. But this you can get nice and green and keep in your kitchen until you're ready to use it.
Okay. So
And we want a little crunch, right?
always a little crunch.
So we're going to put some toasted sunflower seeds on. And this is to taste. You could put almonds, you could put pecans.
Walter's sitting here waiting for you to drop something.
Are you a salad eater?
Check this out, T. He's just waiting here for something to fall on the floor.
Let's just.
Hey, what about slivered almonds?
Slivered almonds would be good.
Pecan.
It's anything
Any kind of-
crunchy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And instead of mango, you could do peaches, cantaloupe, dried cranberries, whatever you happen to like. Look at the colors in this.
It's beautiful.
When you have dark green and you have oranges, you have a lot of vitamins.
You have a lot of
Those are all things that are really good for you.
What do they tell you? Eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow, eat the colors. So what do you think?
I'm gonna give it a try.
This will get only better as it sits. And tomorrow, as long as the mango's still okay, it will stay good. Good?
Really good. Mango's sweet. Kale's got the crunchiness.
Lemon adds a little, oh man,
That's really good.
that is good. Give it a try.
Pat made this for us for a dinner we had with some friends, and it was a hit. People were calling her and asking her to give them the recipe. So.
And we had a big group, and I think 6 or 8 people called the next day and said, can we get that recipe? Because even if you're not that fond of kale, it tastes good, and it's not that rough. You don't feel like you're just chewing on hay, like the hay bale.
Yeah.
And it's healthy for you.
So that's our easy kale salad with mango and sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seed. And do try the dressing on other salads too, because they're really good.
So hope you enjoyed it. Happy eating, and we'll see you next time around.